Hey guys, how's it going? So, what I wanted to talk about in this video was something that kind of happened with a friend of mine that I was visiting the other day. I visit him regularly, but every time I do, I'm wearing kind of shirts like this, with nerdy shit on it. Some of you probably recognize its logo. If you don't, it's from a video game series called Star Fox. It's like a space shooting kind of game. Really fun, and there's this common myth that if I enjoy video games, I'm not qualified to talk about self-defense. If you believe that, you're a dumb cunt, fuck off. Anyway, moving on. So I'm at the friend's place and he's asking me why, don't I wear martial arts shirts? Because he also knows a lot of other people that are, mixed martial arts fighters or do a martial art that's of like a traditional martial arts style, like kung fu, karate, whatever. And a lot of the times they'll wear shirts that advertise in some way a form of martial art. So it's either maybe got a picture of John Cena on it, maybe it just says UFC, maybe it's a tap out shirt. Not that I'm really affiliating tap out with like street fighting, but yeah, I guess like sports martial arts. But anyway, or just something that makes it obvious that you have an interest in martial arts or fighting or that you participate in that. And he says, you're the only guy I know that never wears any kind of shirts like that, even though he's seen me wear some in these videos. Anyway, like this Krav Maga shirt, for example. The only reason I have this is because a student gave it to me, and yeah, I wear it in these videos occasionally because it matches the theme of the channel. But this is something I would never wear out in town. Because even if you don't know what Krav Maga is, the picture on here makes it obvious that it has to do with martial arts, combative, self-defense, whatever. And anyway, my friend asked me, well, why is it that I don't do that? Politely, he wasn't saying I have to. And I said, well, here's the thing, I don't want to advertise that I'm a fighter. And my reason for that is kind of simple. And it's because I live in Ipswich. The shame. But if you're not familiar with Ipswich, here's an idea. Bogan Central are absolute douchebag fuckheads. And there's people here that are like fucking on crack. There's, of the stereotypical nature. There's like, wife beaters galore, just domestic violence everywhere. So yeah, it can be a pretty violent area if you're not waking the fuck up and paying attention. And so, because there are a lot of dickheads and douchebags around this area, I don't want to attract their attention. And I definitely don't want to attract their attention by wearing a shirt that may bruise their ego or give them a reason to power up their ego by picking a fight with me. And again, I am competent in my ability to defend myself, but again, if you are part of this mindset of personal protection, self-protection, then to me that means that you should be using this, before this, before this, before this. And so, because it all starts up here in the mindset, I want to try and avoid violence at all possible costs, starting by the way that I dress. Now, I'm not a model, obviously. I'm not really a guy that you would consider to be having a spiffy dress sense, obviously. So I'm not qualified to talk about how you should dress in a stylish way. However, as a self-defense instructor, I do feel like I am qualified to state that if you are wearing a shirt that advertises that you're a fighter of some degree, then it can attract douchebags in a negative way. So yeah, you can find the decent person, like if you're at a bus stop or whatever and they see your shirt and there's a common interest there, you can have a good conversation. However, I do think that it's more likely going to have somewhat of a negative impact in the long run, just at least in the area that I live in. And maybe you live in a more friendly area, fair enough. And again, I'm not telling you how to dress, this is just some food for thought. But if whatever area you live in, you should know the kind of area that you live in. So if it is an area where there are a bunch of douchebags that may want to pick a fight with you, it's something that I wouldn't really advertise. Anyway, just me personally, this is why I don't like to advertise that I'm a fighter. And there's this common myth that if you're wearing a shirt that advertises, again, that you are a martial artist or whatever, that no one's going to want to fuck with you because of that. Don't underestimate the mind of dickheads. They will surprise you constantly. So let's just, in this scenario, say that it's one guy. He's in a bar, he's hitting on a chick, she keeps saying no because he's a dickhead, he doesn't hear the word no. Security kicks him out when things get a little bit escalated, and he's got all this energy there because he couldn't pick up a fuck, and he needs to go take it out on someone else. So he's walking around trying to pick a fight with someone else. He sees you, the guy that's wearing a martial arts shirt, let's just say it says Krav Maga on it, or the little shirt that I just held up before. And so even if he doesn't know what Krav Maga is, the picture on there clearly advertises it's a fighting shirt. And so in his mind, if he thinks, okay, if I beat the crap out of this person that was a fighter or a black belt or whatever, then I can feel bigger about myself because it's like, huh, yeah, fucking black belt, whatever, bitch. Anyway, I'm exaggerating the mind of a dickhead, but some people I met, that's not even exaggerating. Or maybe it's 3 guys that are out just looking for fights because they have a microscopic cock and they feel insecure about it, and so they need to go pick fights with people. The cliches of fucking douchebags. Again, I don't want to be that one guy that's walking around with a fighting shirt on, and then have these 3 guys see it and they go, oh man, you're a fighter, huh? Because this is how the escalation starts. They'll come out with this passive-aggressive comment, and then they'll say something else like, oh, what, you think you could get me in some locks and stuff like that, huh? What would you do if someone was like constantly pushing you or whatever, trying to get that response from you to see what you would do? And I'm not saying that me wearing a normal shirt like this, or even a plain black shirt with nothing on it, won't attract a douchebag. I'm just saying I would try to lessen that possibility as much as I can by wearing something that doesn't come across as threatening to a dickhead. And again, like I said, at the end of the day, you're free to wear whatever you want, but these are just my personal reasons. And I've explained this to some other people as well, and they've gone, oh, actually, no, I do remember an event where I was wearing a shirt like that and it attracted a dickhead, and so yeah, maybe I just shouldn't wear those anymore. Anyway, this is mostly a video that's talking to guys. I cannot have this conversation with women for the fucking life of me. They hate being told what to wear, what to dress, because, for them, really, it's the whole superficial thing. They want to look stylish, they want to look hot for girls and other guys. And I'm not trying to sound, misogynist or sexist or whatever. It's just a fucking fact, okay? Women typically want to look stylish, more so than they want to dress in a way that's more tactical. I know that word tactical gets thrown around a lot, but, for me, this is like a tactical decision to wear something like this. I also don't really like wearing clothes that can hinder my performance in a fight. So, women, again, I tell them, if you want to wear like high heels and stuff like that, fair enough, and I get some jobs require you to wear that, but, out in public, or maybe if you're going to a bar, even if it's a more fancy bar where high heels and something like that would work well, it still can hinder your performance to defend yourself, okay? It doesn't make it impossible, but it hinders it. And so, like dresses and stuff like that women wear, maybe like the ones that come down to just below the knee, that might be like of the tighter nature, makes it a bit harder to kick and stuff like that as well. So, guys with their dress sense, we don't really have like a dress attire catered to guys that's a little bit more restricting. Women generally are of this nature, but since they never listen to me anyway, I kind of just give up. And so, for all the guys out there, again, wear whatever you want, but just understand, some things like this can come with a particular price. And we're back. Sorry, cat knocked the camera. Fucker. So, yeah, in closing, this is just my reasons why I prefer to just wear something like this that comes across as being non-threatening to a douchebag's ego. And on top of that, if I do ever get into a confrontation with someone and I does need to get physical on my behalf, well, wouldn't it be better to take them by surprise where they don't know that you're a fighter? Just something to think about. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. More videos to come soon, and as always, stay safe. Foxes with wings, because that's what all real men wear, right?